Okay, you guys, it's been a while since I have been here. So, anyway, I want to talk about how certain brown women cheat themselves out of all their hard inner work when they say this stuff about we. I want to talk, like, for example, when you see a group of brown women that overreact on things that they see on social media or just different things. They overreact when they see, certain things that brown men do, or they overreact when they see things in the movies, or just whenever they see in media. They are so reactive, they are so easily triggered, and or just when you see brown women acting a certain way in public, okay? And I see this quite a bit. Uh, Brown women like to say, "Oh, why do we do things like this? Why can't we get it together?" And here's the thing: if you're constantly working on yourself and doing inner work, a good example is that big brawl that happened at, excuse me, my nose is stuffy too, but that big brawl that happened at Disneyland, I think it was earlier this year, where it was two ladies and a couple of guys, and then she just left her baby, and somebody had to go to rescue her baby so the baby doesn't get hurt. So I'm just going to use that brawl at Disneyland as an example. And I saw so many brown women and a very popular YouTuber has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I remember her making an audio about this, and a lot of women were in the comments, and I think she also said, and I understand that, you want to be seen as one, you want to be seen as a group. But the fact of the matter is, you're an individual with your own life path. You have to do your own inner work, and you cannot constantly be responsible for things that other people do. So when I look at some of these videos and some of these brown women who are commentators and women in the comment section talk about why do we do things like this, why can't we get it together, or you say, ladies, we got to do better. I don't accept that. When I see somebody say, ladies, we got to do better, I work on myself several hours a day. I have no control over what another person does, especially when I never even met them. I can guarantee that most of us never even met those ladies at Disneyland, right? So how can you say, ladies, we got to do better? You cannot control the actions of another person. So to say that we got to do better, you're cheating yourself out of all of your hard work. Okay, you're cheating yourself out of all of the inner work. You're cheating yourself out of all the therapy. You're cheating yourself out of all the dieting and eating right and exercise and self-care, skincare, whatever you want to call it. You're cheating yourself out of everything that you have done to work on yourself. When you turn around and you see some foolishness that might go down at Disneyland, or you see some foolishness that might go down on television, or with Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, or YouTube, and you see some foolishness that another brown woman does, and you say, "Oh, we got to do better." Okay, whatever that person is doing, you don't know them. Most likely, you never met them. Most likely, you will never ever talk to them. So you cannot take on their issues like that. Okay, that's like you carrying their debts when you do that. You carry their debts, you carry their loads. When you see a person that is doing something that you might not agree with, who's a brown woman, and you turn around and say, "Oh, why do we do this? Why can't we do better?" Okay, the only way I can see that making sense when brown women like to say things like that, the only way I can see that making sense if you were actually a tribe, okay, a real tribe where you're all together and you all work in unison, okay. That's where I can see that those type of comments making sense. But brown women are scattered all over the United States, right? Brown women are scattered. Again, excuse me for my stuffy nose, sorry. Brown women are scattered all over the United States. We don't know each other. We're not one, okay? So, and there is no community. There is no community. There is no protection. There's really no major organizations for brown women to get together besides those women empowerment things and all of that stuff, okay? Other than that, there's no major groups, there's no major organization, there's no community, there's no protection, there's nothing to protect the little girls, there's nothing. So to say that we got to do better when brown women are that scattered, brown women barely get along, there's no community, there's no nothing. You can't say it's a we because there is no unity. There's no unity. There's no tribe. There's no nothing. There's no get together and meeting up and, talking about families. There's nothing. So you cannot, it makes no sense to just pick a random brown woman that you might see in the hood somewhere or that you might see on TV and say, we got to do better. That makes no sense. There's nothing for brown women, period. There are things like it's individual brown women that try to come up with things to empower brown women, but for the most part, there is no tribe, okay? There is no community. There is no major organization for brown women really taking up for each other, not like white women, okay? So that doesn't make any sense with the we. Why can't we do better? And you cheat yourself out of all the hard work that you put in to make yourself a better person, to make yourself grow. Okay, to progress towards your goals, and you see some random brown women somewhere doing something that you don't agree with, and you say, why can't we do better? As if, okay, well, who taught that lady? Who when you say we got to do better, who is her mother? Who is her father? Who are her mentors? Because when you say we got to do better, then there needs to be more brown women getting out in the communities and mentoring brown women and girls. That's not happening. So when you say we got to do better, how do you know who that woman's mother is? How do you know who that woman's father is? Who is actually mentoring that person? Who has been in that person's life for you to tell her that she shouldn't be the way that she is? Who are you to really judge what that person does when there's no real community for brown women? So at this point, brown women really are literally just individuals. And it doesn't make any sense to say we have to do better when you don't know that person's life story, and more than likely brown women have done nothing to reach out to these women, period. But you say we got to do better, but you don't know their life. And I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but to say that we have to do better, that means that brown women have to be more involved with each other to say that we got to do better. And brown women, and I've tried to join plenty of groups in the past, and I saw how brown women like to fight each other. I saw how brown women love drama, okay? And that's why I'm not in them anymore. That's why I'm not in those groups anymore. I tried to join groups for brown women helping each other and for brown women and girls. And it's nothing but fights. Things don't get done. Now, if it was something for brown men or brown boys, then a lot of work would get done. But something for brown women and girls, it seems like brown women are just not interested. And it just doesn't make any sense to see a random person on video or in the streets or wherever you see her and to judge her whole life. And then to turn around and say we have to do better, as if brown women are actually getting out in the community and really helping mentor their girls and helping lift up other brown women. That's not really happening. So it makes no sense to say that we have to do better when things like that don't even occur. But anyway, it's been a while since I've been on, and you guys let me know what you think, and I will talk to you soon.